Starting from scratch requires both ingenuity and patience to succeed. Life Uncontained, a husband and wife team famed for their ability to build anything from the ground up, will be the subject of today's film. Life Uncontained's top builds will be discussed in this video. Mackenzie and Spencer, a married couple from Florida, United States, have a YouTube channel with 1.5 million followers and more than 150 million views, which we'll introduce to our audience first. After selling their cars and quitting their jobs in Texas, the couple relocated to Florida in March 2018. The family decided to document their progress in creating their debt-free shipping container home via a YouTube channel. On their channel, they put together some amazing projects. For example, they used Tesla batteries to turn an old barn into a solar system. The idea of using containers to build a foundation for a home was also unthinkable at the time. Millions of individuals have been inspired and influenced by this couple's online presence. As a result, in today's video, we'll be showcasing our 5 favorite constructions from around the web. Well, do you know of a way to get a free audiobook online in seconds? Check out the link in the description below. You will get my #1 recommendation on how to get a free audiobook. Not just any kind, but only the best, top-notch audiobooks. The shipping container bathroom is positioned at number 5. They use a shipping container to house the master bathroom shower. Typically, a cement board is framed around the 16-ounce center. The insulation is removed, a new stud is added, and the project is complete. They had closed-cell spray foam all over the place though, which was a problem for the pair. That lack of structural integrity can lead to the entire building collapsing. So they devised a strategy in keeping with their normal practice. Cement boarding was used for the bottom 2 feet of the structure. As part of the shower installation, a blocker was fastened to a cement board, which was then secured with a red guard and the shower mortar bed. As a result, the building will be more durable. The Schluter technique for the roof was used all the way down to the mortar bed after the couple elected to make the top standard drywall. Tiled showers can benefit from the usage of goods that are combined in such a way that they produce a watertight assembly when used together. As a result, the possibility of water and vapor infiltration can be minimized completely. There were, however, a lot of mistakes in rework. There was a lot of water around since they had to pull out their toilet. The toilet water spilled all over the place as the workers raced to finish the installations and hang the drywall. Additionally, the shower had to be reduced in size due to the limited space available in a shipping container. As a result, they were able to get a 30-inch vanity instead of a 24-inch vanity if they reduced the size of the shower a bit. Number 4 is repurposing an old barn into a solar-powered workshop. The barn they rented had previously been occupied, but is now vacant. All of it was sanitized, and new floors and walls were installed on all sides. The idea was to create a space where all of the solar-related gear could be housed. Dry solar closets will occupy half of the barn, while dry storage closets will occupy the other half. However, it was not a simple process. There were already termites and cockroaches infesting the barn. Repairs were made to the structure, which included replacing the woods that had been destroyed, as well as installing temporary braces and other strappings. It took them nearly 3 weeks to completely transform the barn into a fully functional solar workshop. A more natural and unusual separation from society is the goal of the couple's plan to live apart in the woods. Third, do-it-yourself rainwater collection. The pair built their own rainwater collection system from scratch. This is the method by which they will be able to obtain water for their home. Each of the 3 water tanks had a storage capacity of 2,500 gallons, for a total of 7,500 gallons, and were placed in an area that received shade from trees. The water tank's shelf life is extended as a result of this method. First, they'd mark the area where the tanks will be put in a T-shape with 4x6 wooden borders. To begin, they erected the wooden tanks and then leveled the sand throughout the designated zone. Next, they covered the leveling with landscaping fabric, and then added a layer of gravel drainage on top. After that, water tanks were installed in the area. It was now time to link up the various tanks and components of the system. For the same reason, they excavated the untouched portion of the leveled ground. Each of the 3 tanks has its own shut-off valve, which is connected to the 3 box's 3 shutoff valves. Every time there is a downpour, the water gathered on the roof is channeled down the gutters by the metal roof. One of the tanks will be able to receive it through the pipes. Due to the force of gravity, the water will rise into the first tanks. When the water level in the first tank reaches the shutoff valve's pipe, it will then fill the remaining tanks in an equal proportion. As a result, all tanks will drain water at the same rate. To pump the water out of the pump house and into the house, a second pipe must first be inserted, second only to the number 1 spot. For the rainwater harvesting system, a pumping house was needed to bring water into the house. To do this, the couple constructed a concrete slab on which to build the pumping house, and then built the house's 4 walls, attaching each stud in turn to the concrete base with double blocking. In order to protect the pump house from water damage, the couple decided to dismantle the pump house. Having a living roof, the living room is joined to the rafters at a distance of 12 inches from one another and to the subfascia, which provides additional support for the eaves and supports the gutter system. It was then time for them to finish the roof deck, which was made of 3 4-inch tongues and grooved plywood. For the living roof, they added metal sheets formed like an L on the edge of the roof to provide additional structural shading. When it comes to layering, they keep water away from the fascia and send it to the gutter. There were 2 layers of thick plastic on top of an ice and water barrier, followed by a layer of gravel for drainage, then a landscaping fabric for the soil amendment on top of that. Off-grid solar power for the solar panels mounting is in the first place. Framings and concrete footings have been laid out in the front of the building for the solar panels to rest on. The solar panels were mounted prominently in a user-friendly, budget-friendly manner after they dug a 2-foot-deep trench to link the conduit to the barn. The committer box and all of the photovoltaic cables had to be run via this trench. From a hardware store, they obtained the supplies they needed. Metal framing channels were used to mount load centers and vertical pipe supports on 4x4 super struts. To protect aluminum and steel from galvanic corrosion, to break the corrosive bond between the highly conductive metal and the less conductive metal, they placed 4 bolts into the frame and a rubber component. With a 1/4-inch space between the 2 solar panels, the goal is to break the connection between 2 different conducting metals. All of this was a prank that I carried out. Even though they worked out a flawless solution for the sake of science and their goals, none of them had any hands-on experience. However, it worked perfectly. The most amazing thing they did was to convert their home-built Tesla batteries into solar panels that could power their homes. The traditional electrical system has high expenses because of the couple's user-friendly methods. As a result, they rely on Tesla, a manufacturer of massive batteries capable of supplying power to entire homes. In addition, Tesla batteries can deliver a breakthrough for sectors that are only beginning to develop their solar needs. In order to fulfill a long-held ambition, this couple sold their restaurant company and gave up their comfortable lifestyle in order to create an off-grid container home powered entirely by solar energy and a rainwater collecting system. The lesson we can learn from them is to be self-reliant, consistent, and passionate about our work. We've made it to the end of the video, thanks to our persistence. We hope this information was informational to you.